Welcome everyone to the Jewelry Call. All right, so we're talking hair accessories today, and I did an AI search for 1900s to 1980s, basically, and got some good points that I just want to. It's not really elaborate, and Carrie's going to go through some of the solds on eBay when we're done. And this first part of this presentation is not going to say that these pieces are worth a lot of money. It's just telling you what comes out of these different periods. And then at the end of the presentation, I'll show you some of the different things that AI said is selling well. And then Carrie is going to prove it to us with looking at eBay. So early 1900s was the Edwardian period and the Belle Epoque or Epoch. And they had these elaborate hair combs made of celluloid back then, which celluloid was invented in 1869, and it was used throughout the early 1900s. And then tortoiseshell, which was often pierced or carved. You'll see metal, and a lot of times that metal is sterling. So if you think the piece is old, you might want to check to see if it's sterling. It could be marked. It may not be marked that early. And brass, you'll see some of them too. And many times it was a combination of the materials. Sometimes the top of the hair comb was metal and the combs were actually celluloid. So you'll see a lot of mix. You'll probably see the mixes early on, like in the 1900s to 1950s timeframe. So they used tiaras. That was one of their bigger things back then, and jeweled hairpins for more of a formal wear. And here, this is the Gibson girl hairstyle. I had to pull these fun hairstyles up. And with this hairstyle, they often had to use large ornamental pieces. So here's a comb from the Belle Epoque. I don't know how to say that correctly. It has, let me zoom in some. It has like a metal addition onto this. And I believe it's got rhinestones or marcasites or something in it and faux pearls. And then on the right is a Tiffany comb, which is kind of similar, except you can see the crown. They wore a lot of tiaras, so you kind of have that crown effect on a lot of these. And I'm sure that's probably, it could be diamonds, who knows. There's a more simple, these are more for the common person. They are more simplified with just rhinestones. They probably called them paste back then, paste stones. And then this was pulled out of a museum image, which I thought was kind of cool. All these different, they look more of a common one that you would see. But they're probably from the early 1900s and earlier. And some of these are actually hinged. I think these two up on top, yeah, these are hinged. This one is silver. I think it's sterling, but I thought that was a pretty cool representation of some of the older ones. And here we have some Art Nouveau style, and see how she's wearing it in her as like a tiara. And she's got some additional ones here. So they used a lot of these for them, the hairstyles they had of the time. This one on the left is Art Nouveau. The one on the right is one of the hinged ones I was talking about. I guess that's so you can crop it so it shows the jewels in the proper way. That one on the right is Edwardian, and the middle one is Art Nouveau. Then we have some early 1900s. This looks like celluloid with some more rhinestones. This one has a bat. I think the bat, was it in the Victorian period, represented something. I don't remember what it is, but it had some representation. These are some early 1900s hairpins. They're on metal, mostly two spike. This one's a one spike, and some celluloid pins with the different toppers on them. Then we reach the 1920s, which is the flapper era, where they had sleek bob hairstyles, and they used Art Deco barrettes, hair clips, and beaded headbands with rhinestones and feathers. I'll tell you what, I searched and searched for authentic 1920s feathers headbands and couldn't find an image. I found tons of images, but all of them are new, remade, sold on Amazon, sold in China, sold in, Alibaba, all. But I bet that the feathers just deteriorated over time, and there's just not a whole lot out there. So if you find an authentic one, you'll know it. It would probably be ragged, but they are hard to find pictures of. But look at this one on the left here. It's pretty elaborate. They did more in the back side of their hair, according to this image, as compared to the early 1900s, where they wore more tiaras on the top front of their hair. They use geometric shapes and straight lines more so than the Art Nouveau and the Art Deco kind of overlap, so you'll see a mix in here. And celluloid and Bakelite started replacing the tortoiseshell. I don't even know if I brought that up. The tortoiseshell is another thing from back here. You know what? The more I look at this, I think these are tortoiseshell. But anyway, Bakelite comes in the 20s, and you'll see some of them here. And for Art Deco French ivory is really celluloid. They took celluloid and pressed it and in layers, and they could put different colors in there. So they varied the ivory colors and made it look like lines. So when they cut it, it had the look of ivory, but ivory was used by the elite, and they wanted something more for the general public. So they came up with a cheaper plastic celluloid version, and they called it the French ivory. And they modeled it after the designs from Paris. So you had the look of the Paris designs, but in a cheaper version. And then the one on the left is a good example of Art Deco with the straight lines. And that's celluloid. Celluloid comes in lots of different colors. They can make it in just about any color. I think this one on the right it might be Bakelite. It's kind of hard to tell by the picture. These two are celluloid, but they could do intricate designs on them. This looks like just typical. It makes me think of the theaters of the time. Pretty cool looking. Hang on, I need a drink. Then we reached 1930s and 40s, which was more getting into the Hollywood glamour time frame and World War II era. And they had a return of longer waves and curls. I had a picture. I think I have a picture of them. And rhinestone barrettes and lucite combs came in, and the Bakelite clips were still around. And wartime utility also inspires fabric turbans and snoods, which are the netted bun covers, and they're kind of beaded, which we'll look at one here in a bit. But this is kind of a transition period between the 20s style, like Art Deco, and the Hollywood glamour. So you get these funky shapes. And a lot of times these little hairpins are just decked out at the top with rhinestones. So the one on the left is 30s, the one on the right is 40s, obviously. All right, this one is Bakelite with the decorative tops again. And they also did a lot of hair or flower clips and hats and headbands and that type of thing. And this little hair clip, I kind of remember seeing these. I think I see these at estate sales once in a while. These hair grips where it's like a banana clip that pulls apart and clamps. 1940s style. Here's another one of those funky swirls. and then a hair bun holder. And this is one variation of the snoods. A lot of times they're more of the softer fabric, knitted, macrame, or whatever you want to call them. They're made with like cord or fabric cotton with rhinestones or beads on them. Then we reached the 1950s and they started doing more ponytails and curled and sculpted hair. The popularity of plastic headbands, metal bobby pins, and decorative tips and floral clips. They used faux pearls, ribbon, and lace in their accessories. Here's an image of a bow headband. I'm guessing this is probably just plastic or Bakelite. So hard to tell sometimes. Here's a picture of a typical 1950s pearl and rhinestone hair clip and one of the lucite etched or reverse carved and hand painted hair clips. And then 1960s was the big hair and beehive hairstyles, heavier reliance on teasing combs, hair rats, and wide headbands. They were bright mod styles and plastic and vinyl clips, vinyl headbands. And the hair falls and wigs become fashion staple. Like here, it shows the hair falls where they added on to the backs of their head. Honestly, I always thought they were just styled that way. It tells you a lot of what I know. The hair rat set, my mom had one of these in her drawer. The one on the left here, I recall a couple of these. You'll find these at estate sales. And the one on the right looks vicious, like you could keep that as a weapon, but it's good for teasing. Here's a nice little mod headband, typical 1950s. I thought was kind of cute. And then we start reaching the 60s, 70s, 80s, and here's a variety of barrettes you'll find from that time frame. In the 70s, you think bohemian vibes, flower children, flower power, braids, and center parted hair. And it was the popular time for macrame headbands, suede tiebacks, and hair forks and picks, ethnic and Native American inspired designs like beads and feathers. But then we have a whole different aspect. This is more of I guess, the children's version of the 1970s, where they used yarn just for ties. And these little ponytail holders, check this out. I was floored when I seen this. And again, it's new in package, but it does have a chop out of it. I guess it's still sealed, sold for $641. And I'm sure Carrie's got a lot of these pulled up. It's not overwhelming a lot. There's some that you'll just be blown away by. And here's some simple plastic hair clips that we've seen everywhere. I've seen everywhere because I grew up in the 70s.
I've seen those new in
And
package many times in attics and in weird places.
yeah,
Walk
we,
right past it.
yeah, we bought too many. We never used them. We kept using our old clips. Here's some variation of combs from that time frame. Then the 1980s. Look at this, Carrie. Isn't this fun? Yes, I didn't have this wild of a hairstyle, but I love the 80s. That was my favorite time of life.
Yearbook photos. Come on.
No way.
Share,
I
share.
do have a little bit of a poof on the top, but nothing like this.
I was born after that
Bold.
era, thank God. So, but I want to see your guys.
Thank God, the 80s were the best era ever, ever.
They were.
So
I'm with you, Lynn. They sure were.
it all went downhill since then. Yeah. Bold, voluptuous hair and playful styles, explosion of crunchies, banana clips, jaw clips, and fabric bows, neon plastics, faux animal prints, rhinestones, everything big and bold. God, I love these. Like this whole page They are all them hairstyles. Cracks me up. Goody, I had some of these banana clips, and this right here is probably not real high priced, but it's in a package and it's a Goody brand, and Goody brand is always good. Just remember that. Good goody. And another variation of banana clips and some fruit barrettes and the clips. I crack up every time I see these clips because I had a friend who used to wear one on the top of her head, and she'd walk around and it would flip back and forth. And her name was Kim, and I always call them Kimmy clips. Just it's annoying little thing that bothered me. Anyway, scrunchies and big, bright, bold colors and animal print scrunchies. So according to AI now, these are the accessories that would sell well on eBay. Victorian and Edwardian celluloid or faux tortoise shell, especially tall pierced designs in the combs we're talking. And I agree with that. Lucite or rhinestone combs from the 1930s to 50s. Yes, definitely. Hair combs from the 1970s, plastic. Variations of that sell well. And the Spanish Matilda style hair combs that are plastic and or metal. And here's what they're talking about with the Spanish mantilla. I said that wrong. Mantilla style hair clips, combs. Then designer marked examples like Henry Bendel, which is more modern, and France Luxe. And that's a keyword you could use for this particular design. There's variations of this, so we should kind of look at some of them. And clips and barrettes, the Art Deco rhinestone or celluloid barrettes from the 20s and 30s. Bakelite or Lucite clips, especially carved, laminated, or figural. And then in the 1950s, rhinestone barrettes, the 1980s banana clips, especially if they're marked France or Goody. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they're high priced. That just means they probably sell pretty well. In 1980s Goody, new old stock. That is a definite. And the double ball ponytail holders I added to that. And the headbands and wraps from the 1920s, beaded or feathered headbands. Again, if you find one, good luck. 1960s mod plastic headbands and the 1970s boho braided leather or macrame wraps. I don't know about that one. We'll see. Here's what they mean by that. And designer examples like Emilio Pucci, Gucci, and Givenchy. But, you know, you got to take that with a grain of salt too. We have to look them up. And then hairpins and hair sticks. So these Japanese kanzashi style pins or carved sticks, and here's some different designs of that. They sell pretty well. Early celluloid or metal floral hairpins, and figural or whimsical novelty pins from the 40s and 50s. And then the snoods or hairnets from the 1940s wartime, often crocheted or knitted. And here's an example of that. And velvet trimmed or sequin accented ones are desirable. And then scrunchies. Original vintage scrunchies, especially branded or dead stock. Goody brand jaw clips, barrettes, and hair combs. And novelty styles like glittered, metallic, or animal print. So that is it. That's what AI is telling me will sell well on eBay. And I see that you're
Yes.
telling me, is that you with the hair clip? Oh, you're talking, I didn't read the previous ones.
That
Nicole,
was
it does look like Nicole. Yep, straight out of the 80s. That's cute.
But like with the ball thing in my hair, and then the remember those necklaces with those little plastic charmy things? I mean, it was all about that in the 80s.
Oh yeah. Yep, definitely. Larry had long hair, parted in the middle, Bee Gees style. Yeah, that is how my brother looked too. Male equivalent to big hair. Yep, with the
Those
curls.
little knocker bead hair things hurt when you would slip and
Yes, they did.
be
Yes,
trying
they
to get your
do.
big hair in them and slip and
They still do.
and your mom could whack you in the head with them too
Yep.
if you weren't sitting
Your
still. So
hair, your head hurts after wearing them all day.
Yeah, you do it too tight, they do. That's for sure.
yeah, there was other like different hairbrushes that also were used as disciplinary, like sit still, like always get whacked in the head with them. All right, guys. So like Lynn said, so there's not like a huge volume of hair accessories. And I have found, just a warning when we're sourcing, so that those old, really nice combed ones that are like probably early celluloid and stuff, if they haven't been stored correctly, they will disintegrate in a bag. So I have found them in bags and stuff, like really old ones. And then as soon as I open it, just they just disintegrate. So I didn't know that until it happened to me like twice. And I'm like, oh, this must be a storage issue. So just, I don't know. I don't know what the right way is, but I don't know if maybe they just disintegrate over time anyway. I'm not really sure, but I've had it
Well,
happen twice.
celluloid is so fragile, it just cracks fairly easy.
Literally, it'll just be like a puddle in the bag. Like it's crazy. Um, and don't use the word, because I totally agree with what you said. I've always called that French celluloid too. Don't use, or French ivory. A lot of people use that term. Don't use it in your titles. eBay doesn't like it. But I've always called it that too. So it's not wrong. It's just eBay will flag you for ivory, which we don't want. Let's see. What do I have here? So yes, so this seems to be the price range for one of the boxes on eBay. A lot of them are selling in this range, which is still really good because we can find these things at garage sales and stuff all the time when mom's cleaning out the basement, and things like that. So about the $30 range seems to be pretty common for one package of these. And like 25 for I don't know if I didn't use those banana clips right, or if my hair just wasn't right for it, but they never worked out for me like they did other people. I had them.
I love them.
I don't know. They just weren't for me. Again, about the $30 to $40 range, probably depends on color and stuff like that, but they're pretty consistent in that. I mean, I would definitely pick them up for a couple bucks at a garage sale. So I think we can pretty well agree on that. I don't even know what these are, I guess, but I think they're just like that brand. Lynn had kind of put a bug in my ear about the French Lux. So here's some just regular hair ties from them, but they do have some nicer things. When I'm showing you the hair accessories sold, I did not include the Chanel and Gucci's and stuff because I hesitate to ever even list a Chanel on or a Gucci on eBay because I don't know enough about it. So I did not include those because I don't know. I don't know what's authentic or what's not. So I just don't list them on eBay. But this is a pretty like, I don't know, basic thing here that we could find. And this isn't even a really old one or anything. This is just a hair accessory. So I found this kind of interesting, some of them. This is a French Luxe, just hair clip, little jaw clip.
And how would we know it's French Lux?
I think they're marked right there. They
Where?
are marked. Yep.
Can you see it? I didn't see a name.
Yep. It was right here.
Can you zoom
Right
in
here,
on it?
Oh,
here.
okay. Now I see.
Yep.
All right. Thanks.
Yep. And this was also the French Luxe, and these are headband wraps. So these would always like pop off my head. So like these kind of headbands, I feel like maybe my head's just an odd shape because I would wear them and they would just like pop off. So
Me
no
too.
cute.
Yep, same
headband.
here.
No cute headbands like that for me. They would just pop off my head. And the other ones gave me headaches from digging into the tops of my ears. So I did, however, wear
Mhm.
those. I just suffered with the headaches. Headbands are great, but yeah, no. So that's pretty good price for some headbands, and they look a little, pelty and worn. So that was that brand, I think. So here are the French Lux regular clips and stuff, and I don't think these are old. I think they're just this brand.
Wow, they're on
So
the
if you-
radar now. That's crazy.
And you could definitely find somebody that just always bought that brand and has a bunch of them. This is what's crazy to me.
Yeah,
And
look at-
this is a very consistent price on
Well-
eBay for these barrettes,
I know goody be goody, but wow, that's crazy.
right?
Yeah, I
Like,
forgot
how
about
often-
them. I didn't include them. That's
Yeah.
right.
How often can we find bags of these at a garage sale?
I see these all the
Yep.
time in the bathroom drawers and in estate sales all the
That's
time.
better now.
I had no idea. I didn't have any idea. So this is my, like I said, even though they aren't like $200-300, this was what impressed me doing this research.
Is those
That's
marked?
incredible.
Are those marked too
I
somewhere?
don't even think so. I
Yeah,
did
do
not
they
see
have a goody
markings.
mark on them?
I don't
Just
think
metal
so.
clips. I remember wearing those. It's just the metal
Mhm.
clip. Yeah.
I don't think they're marked.
I don't
Yeah.
think so either.
Gotta grab them up, those metal ones.
Oh
Look at
boy.
these. But
I
they
got
were
a whole new room
consistent
that
solds.
Yep.
Consistent solds at $50 for a couple of them.
you got a sell through on those by chance? Or you say
No,
consistent, but okay, never mind.
but the sold prices were very much in that same.
That's incredible.
These aren't even the expensive ones. I mean, these are just plastic.
Plastic.
Like,
I need to go through my clips like I did my bracelets and sell some.
these aren't vintage clips.
Yeah, well, they are.
Well, I mean, yeah,
They're
probably
not old,
technically,
old.
but they still make them. I mean, how do you tell the
Right.
difference? Yeah,
Well,
mean,
there
yeah.
is a banana clip in there. And
you
that,
can still buy banana
yeah.
clips. I don't know why the heck people
Like
want them,
that?
but yeah,
Yeah, you can still buy
Yeah.
banana clips. Yeah.
I
just
guess
like
I
that.
haven't looked for them in a long time.
I go
Yeah.
down the Walgreens aisle every once in a while, and they have them just like that.
But it's like, how do you, I mean, how do you tell those different?
I don't think they were special, Lisa. I think it's just people that have lots of hair that wants lots of accessories, and they could buy a whole bunch of them for $50. It's still cheaper than going to the store. You know,
Yeah.
I was surprised too.
Good to know.
So this guy sells I've had the necklaces of this brand. So for one little barrette here. His necklaces sell pretty good too. Here are some cloisonne, probably 80s if I had to guess, 90s maybe, probably 90s. We had stuff like this in the
Yeah.
90s. Two of them for $55. So it wasn't
I
really
don't
the
know
high.
that them are technically cloisonne. I think it's just like a enamel.
They aren't, but either are the cheap necklaces and earrings that everybody
Right.
calls that too.
Yeah.
It's pretty. I like that one.
That is a really pretty one, I thought too.
Yeah, I would
I
wear that.
wonder. Yeah, this I thought so too. There's a stamp on that one, Mexico. This one is a vintage hair comb ornament with crystals, and it's got, so the second picture like didn't work, so, but it has, I bet that bends or not. Maybe it just sticks up out of your head. I don't really know, but I don't think it's as vintage as, like, that's not like old. You could tell by the
That's
metal.
probably 30s, 40s, 30s maybe. It's that
Maybe.
old pot metal looking stuff.
Yeah, you can tell by how it wears, but I just meant it wasn't like Victorian old, I don't think. But
Yeah.
it's cool. It's cool. I guess I don't want it in my head, but here's a Kirk's Folly hair clip. I didn't even know they had hair clips. Apparently they do. So that was different. Here's 3. And look, they even
And
look
you
all
got
worn and stuff.
It's
the
insane.
tortoise shell look.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I'm surprised they're getting away with using that in their titles, but tortoiseshell. So here's the 80s, which I think lots of us have these too, and the little dogs and stuff. However, they do make these again, the ones like with the birds and the dogs and stuff that look just like this. They make them now. You can get them again, like they repopped them. So
What
assuming
is
you want
the
the whole-
toothbrush for? Do you stick a toothbrush in your head, in your hair?
No, I think it's just that brand of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you could live your, YOLO, Nicole. Go for it. Yeah,
Good.
here's those Mervyn hair clips, which I bet we see these at garage sales too, and just don't pay attention. Like I would guess there's probably some of these bags of these weird things that we just don't know to look for. Well, at least I don't know to look for them. Here's one, and I have sold Sweet Romance barrettes before. I don't know that I had the Naked Lady one, but
We'll see.
Sweet Romance is a hit and miss for me for jewelry too. So this one kind of surprised me because this isn't new, but apparently it's Burberry and it's a headband. So
Anything Burberry sells good.
Mm-hmm.
check it out. Here's a sterling silver barrette. This is a neat ornamental clip. Oh, that one was neat.
Mm-hmm.
And here's a full set of those fake cloisonne combs sold for 125 bucks. So
And I used to have those. That's crazy.
And they're metal
mhm,
combs.
Yep.
yep. They say vintage and they are probably vintage, but they're not like super old vintage. They're, some of them are older than others, but
I'm
got a
definitely hitting
array of.
those bathroom top drawers at my
You
next
and me
estate sale.
both. You and me both. Wow.
I'm not, because I don't want to touch anything in there.
We know you don't. We don't care.
There might be like a stray hair or something, and I'll be like,
It's gonna
I
jump
hate
out.
the bonus
God
hair on
forbid.
jewelry freaks
It's
me out.
gonna jump out and get you,
Oof,
The bonus hair is free though.
right?
no thanks. So my cat would totally take off with this.
Yeah.
Those
for
little,
real.
little mink ball pins and stuff, she gets all of them. She loves those. These just really kind of surprised me. I don't know. That's from
What
freaking
is up
Kmart,
with that
guys.
one?
That's from Kmart.
It is. It's crazy. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
because
know,
it's made in
'cause-
France.
Oh my
I
goodness.
don't know. I suppose.
Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know. The tortoiseshell look is in right now, though. Like I've been selling bangles and stuff for pretty good money that are tortoiseshell color that I wouldn't have thought a year ago that I would have got that kind of money for. See, these are too pretty light. Like these did not sell because maybe because they're sterling, but it's not, the price isn't in the sterling because they're old hair clips. So that's something we may think like, well, there's only a couple bucks in sterling here, but it has the value and the history. Here's some of those little knockers. So right when I started, so these are loose, right? So these are loose. So don't just, if you can find them for a quarter, for a whole box of them, it might be worth picking
I
up.
think
Here's
that person undersold them.
that's true too.
Yeah.
And look at all these,
sure.
like they're just little hair ties. So yeah, those things and remember the scarves? They didn't sell for very good money, so I didn't include them. But all those tacky scarves we used to wear in our hair in the 90s, crazy. So I was surprised. I thought I was going to find some amazing vintage celluloids. There wasn't a ton of them. There wasn't a ton. So I've had the celluloid hair things and stuff, but yeah, I guess I just wasn't expecting the stuff that I remember as a kid being the stuff that I was gonna be like, hey, this is what we need to be looking for. I was really expecting it to be more of the old stuff, but it really wasn't. So it was
I
kind of
just
shocking.
don't think there's a lot out there.
Well, I wonder after I got those couple batches that were totally disintegrated, if that's what happened to a lot of them. Because I was like, I don't know, I've never had things like they were like sticky. Like in both times, different people. So I wonder if they don't have some chemical reaction if you leave them in certain plastic too long, because they just turned into a sticky, icky mess. So
I think
We gotta
Jason
rinse it
Adams said
possible.
don't put it in plastic. Vaguely remember.
I think so too. I think they're right on that. And we're gonna have a vintage. I'm not one that likes purses for the same reason I don't want to go digging around in medical cabinets because I never know what they smell like or look like, or like purse dirt is not for me. Like, nope, ain't doing it. If it's got purse dirt, it's going in the garbage. Nope. So I don't use, but I got 2 really good lots of old purses, some of even the old mesh ones this week. So we'll have some of those to share hopefully in a couple weeks. But I got one yesterday. It smelled like elderly person. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know if I can sell it and
Well,
be like,
you're
smells like
funny.
grandma.
You're funny with these germs, but people that wear jewelry, they be sweating and everything else. There's
Oh,
germs.
I
all
know.
this
I don't like
jewelry,
that
too.
either. I don't know. I don't know, Lisa. It's all icky to me, but I deal with it, I guess.
Good.
Just think
I
how
feel
dirty your hands get just handling jewelry when you're cleaning it. It's
I know.
disgusting.
It is disgusting. Like that jewelry blackening that you get from handling a bunch of it. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it either.
like
I sort
metal
the
tarnish.
jewelry in the living room, and my wife really does not care for that because it smells.
On her white carpet.
Yeah, well, we got hard floors, but yeah, there's the dust that goes everywhere, the weird little particles of mystery stuff, and my hands smell like 8 variations of perfume, and the room just takes on an odor.
I've thrown away jewelry before that I can't get the perfume smell out.
How do
And I
we
don't know. Sometimes it won't come out.
sell vintage jewelry vintage perfume with perfume in it? We just put vintage on it? And
It's got to be new or it's against policy.
if it's vintage, it's gotta be new. What do you say? If it's
If
It's
it's
gotta
vintage,
be a
any
full
any
bottle.
perfume. Yep.
okay, can't be open.
Right.
People do
Sorry,
it, but they
Catherine,
just don't
go
get caught sometimes. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes it slips through, but they're pretty hardcore on it, so I wouldn't try it. You could sell it on Poshmark probably, I think. Or dump it out and sell the bottle. That's what most people are buying it for.
I got a bureau for it a long time ago when I was selling everything.
I think they're high.
You could probably
more
put it on
sought now.
Macari too.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Catherine,
Well, I had gotten a bunch of the celluloid, the faux turquoise that I still have to list. But I got this one and I'm so sad about it because all the little, it came in a lot. All the little teeth are broken off, but it has these really cool embellishments at the top
Yeah,
with
that's
these
pretty.
glass cabochons, purple, like amethyst.
Too bad it's all
you
beat
sell them
up.
at a craft lot for sure.
That's cool.
That's what I was thinking. I would just put it in a craft lot. Isn't that sad?
Yeah,
is.
it is. It's a nice piece.
They do get brittle though. Those teeth get brittle. So
Yes. I was just looking at one too that I have. It's just a little comb, but I was looking at it closely because Carrie's talking about disgusting stuff, and I'm thinking all the hair products that are on this, it's got like a caked on matter.
My latest
gross.
jewelry lot my latest really good earrings, so it's worth it. But I'm like, were you putting foundation on your ears? Because I feel like you were wearing foundation on your ears because it's just
Oh yeah.
caked in foundation. And I'm like, oh, yuck.
Yep.
I sent some to my photographer and I'm like, so if you see any leftover makeup, could you wipe it off? And I send a little wipe with it. But that wasn't a photographer thing. That was like, she knows she's my
Germaphobe.
friend and she'll scrape crap off, for me because she knows it freaks me out. Yeah. Yes. So anybody had any good sales or good sourcing this week?
I have one tomorrow.
I had
It's
a
gonna
good
be-
sale. Sorry,
Show
Lynn.
us. No, go ahead. Show us.
I'm waiting until Carrie shows hers.
Well, I didn't even have any amazing one. I had like one decent, really good sale this week. The rest were all just kind of ordinary. However, yeah, I have a few. I have them pulled up, but you go ahead, Suzanne. You blow us out of the water. Make me follow you.
Well, you won't follow me, but okay, I was telling this story the other day about somebody offered me, well, I'm going to show you first, then I'll tell the story. I'm looking for it. Oh, here it is. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lawrence.
Okay, here's my Lawrence Verba butterfly earrings that sold. Okay, I had them listed for $415. And I knew I would sell them because I sold another pair about a year and a half ago for about $415. So, and I looked at the prices and I know what, I paid maybe $380 or $350 for them. And I used them for a couple years and I said, I want to get another pair. So I'm going to sell these. So they're chandelier earrings. And I got a note from this woman and she says, I want to buy these for my 90-old. Her mother's 90 years old and she wanted to buy them for her birthday. And she said, would you take $395? And I said, I just want to sell them for the 400 mark. Could you 400? I don't know why I wanted,
Wow.
but I wanted 400.
Who's
So
it?
anyway, okay, she said, yes, that's good. Didn't hear from her. Then I heard from her again. I'm still interested. Then I didn't hear from her. I thought this woman's playing around because I was saying this to somebody in the group last week. Sure enough, over the weekend, she said, my daughter's going to have to do this for me, but we want them. She's so excited. My mother loves these earrings and I'm so excited. So $400. I was thrilled to death. So
Congratulations. That's awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
awesome.
great sale.
Mhm.
Yep. I just held on to it. I had a couple people from Palm Beach kept offering me $150. And I said, nope, nope, nope.
Good for you.
Yep.
Those are
Yep.
pretty. I like the butterflies. Those are pretty.
Yeah.
They are.
I've got maybe 4 pairs of Lawrence Verba earrings. And when I get ready to list my haggler pieces, then I'll really get the money because I've got a nice set, 2 sets. And, after I wear them a while, then I think, oh, I won't wear them again. Maybe I'll sell them. So now I turn around and buy something else. That's it.
Those are on my bucket list for finding in the wild. I've never found a haggler or a Verba piece in the wild.
What does the label look like for the Verba? Or did you
Oh,
show it already?
okay.
I wasn't looking.
I've got all these things in my way. I'm trying to. Okay, let me just move it out of the way so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Here it is.
Oh, okay.
VRBA.
Yeah.
Pretty
Mhm.
straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's easy.
And they're not great pictures. I wasn't happy with them, but they did the job. The problem is they're so heavy, and that's another reason. I'm not exactly young. These things are very heavy. So when I'd wear them, one would be sliding down or coming off, and then you don't want to break the little
Yeah.
pieces of them. So if you look up his jewelry, you'll see it's over the top, gorgeous. But anyway, I gave them up and sent them out Saturday, and somebody's going to have a very happy 90th birthday. And I think, God, if this old lady can wear them, I certainly should be able to, but I'm hoping she can wear them once or twice like me and say, oh, I love them. That's it.
She'll
The
wear
rest
them
of
for her
it.
Nice.
birthday.
What's that?
She'll probably wear them for her birthday.
Probably. Okay.
Hey, Lynn, I'm not host, so I can't kick Suzanne off like I always do. So
Yeah, you got to
can you
kick
do
me
that
off
for her,
because
please?
I don't know how to get back over to the other screen. I'm looking, but it takes so long to get these things out of the way. Zoom, hold on. I can probably do it. If I,
How do I kick her off? I don't,
You just
without
go up
kicking
to the top
myself
of your
off.
screen where it says Suzanne's screen and there's 3 little dots and
sorry
click on them
about
and kick
this.
her off.
Oh, okay,
There you go.
I see.
Okie dokie.
Good job.
Larry,
Up, you're on mute.
So I got a sale and I got a something to show that I picked up this weekend. So this is I've had this for a while. When did I list this? I relisted it about a month ago, and it sold full price for $120. It's silver cigar thing.
cool.
I've been taking offers about every 2 or 3 a week. I'd get an offer for around $50, and I resisted the temptation. I think I paid like $20 for this at an estate sale about a year ago. I've been sitting on it for a while. It's been very delicate though. I had to pack it to store it because it's so fragile. I didn't want to dent it. But anyway, this went full price. The other thing I wanted to show was these three things. They all came in a single bag at a garage sale. One is a compact with this fabric on the outside. One is a very old uh, perfume bottle, and the other was this matching or this set of actually the perfume bottle had this fabric on it.
It's
The
petty
fabric was
point.
way too new.
Yep. Petty
You know,
point.
it's a
Petty point.
petty
Yep.
point. So anyway, these three items, the very old compact and then the mirror and the perfume were in a bag for $5 at an estate sale.
Great
Um,
buy.
I think the money is in the compact.
Let's see the compact up close.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up.
Okay. I love the petty point compacts.
It's about 3 inches square. It's not gold, which I was kind of disappointed, but you know, you can always hope.
Haven't
petty-
ever found a gold compact yet.
Hey guys, is petty point another name for needlepoint?
It's fine
It's
stitch
just
needlepoint. This is not petty point. The other ones are. This one isn't. This is
Right.
Textured fabric.
Yeah, it almost looks like cross stitch. Can you
Yeah,
get
this is just
skin on
fabric.
it?
Like
Okay.
what Suzanne says, this isn't the
Gotcha.
needlework. This is just fabric, but the other ones are petty point.
Yeah.
Cool.
Will you bring up the other one after, Larry? I want to
Yeah,
see
Still
sure.
older.
they're
It's
saying.
still older.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the good thing is there is a recognized maker's mark. I did research this and they claim it's a quote higher end, I think it was French brand or something like that.
What is it? What's the name of it?
Rex.
Oh, Rex. Okay. That's a good, clear one.
Yeah. So, and
And
I have
Larry, I was told a long time ago that when you sell a compact, you should clean out all of the makeup that's in there. Is that still true? Is that
You're
a thing?
supposed to for eBay, yes.
Yeah,
Because it's
no,
a
you
used
can't.
product that was on your face.
so get rid of this pad and get rid of this stuff that's on this lower layer.
The
I
pad you
would
could
not,
probably
but-
keep it like the powdery stuff
Yep.
you're supposed to wash out.
I would clean it up and I would keep the pad in there, but not
Yeah.
the makeup.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't done any research on this, but I knew it was worth more than $5.
Yeah.
So the Rex ones go for a 15 to 20 usually, sometimes 30, but usually
Ah.
15 to 20.
Oh,
I
darn.
think you can get
Okay.
more than that, maybe. I don't know.
I'll put it up for 30 and
Compact market's really soft right now, unless it's like Sterling or they're my guilty pleasure too, Larry. I pick them up all the time and I know better.
yeah. This is unfortunate because it had a glass stem and I ended up breaking the glass thing. As I was showing my wife, I went to it really it's a good smelling perfume. I don't know how old it is, but you know, it smells nice, but it was mostly empty and whatever. But so this one will probably go in the trash because I broke or I'll just sell it with it's made in Austria.
Somebody
Does it
might
make you
want
feel
just
better?
a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to wash out the bottle anyway to sell it on eBay. So
Okay.
I agree.
And this has
Somebody
the
might want the bottle.
matching this looks more like a needlepoint
That's the petty point.
Petty point, yeah.
petty point.
Is that the back of it or is that another one?
This is the perfume bottle I was just showing.
Larry, it's
Oh, yeah, sell that.
P-E-T-I-T.
Yep.
P-E-T-I-T.
That'll sell
DETIT.
well.
Petite. Okay.
Petty
Without
point.
the
Yep.
E.
Yep.
And I'm so bummed because this did have a glass thing on it. The glass thing's still in there, but you know, anyway. And then it has this matching little mirror. But these don't feel antique because just the colors are too vibrant.
No,
Or maybe
that's
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
still old. Yeah, those petty point ones. I mean, they're not like, ancient, but yeah, it's vintage.
It almost
Cool.
looks like old gilt,
Mhm.
pretty shiny gold.
Yeah.
It's a nice set. I would
Kind
definitely
of
still
gold
list it.
and an indicator of not old.
Hmm?
Shiny, I thought shiny bright gold is an indicator of not old.
Not real
Well,
gold.
If it's gold gilt, like it's just a thin layer of gold
Paint, basically.
plated,
Okay.
Mhm.
could still be shiny.
Mhm.
I picked up these. These were $10 each.
Those are
I
cool.
usually do pretty well with these things, especially if they're signed. Eggs, or glass domes. These I'll probably sell these for about 30 to 40 bucks a piece because they are signed. I don't know if they're high-end makers or not, but anyway, that's what I had to share. I do have another piece. I got to find the photo for it. It's a Christian Dior brooch, but I'll let somebody else go for a while. Thank
Good
you for
job.
the
Yeah.
input.
Yeah, that's still a nice set. I would definitely list it. Clean the bottle out and still list it.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Meg.
Hey, I had a couple sales I will share. Okay, so I got more jewelry from Evil Granny. This time I got like 10 pounds worth, so woohoo. She liked a lot of Avon, so just threw it all on a counter, and it sold in 12 hours with my 20% off coupon. So I just bought the shipping label, cleared $37.59, so that is not too bad. And it's nothing crazy of Avon, just so if you have extra Avon, just throw them on the counter. Probably, who knows, probably could have got more if I waited more than 12 hours, but. And then the other one is my other, I had two of the same necklace. I had sold the other one before too, so this one I sold for 113. And yeah, so it ended up being a good buy. I bought them each for 25 bucks. So I just saw the little clasp there was good, and that's what the back
What's
looked
the
like.
maker's mark look like?
Just
There
that.
it is.
I never heard of her before, but they were just like super chunky and they were cold when I picked it up and I saw that clasp, and then I like quickly looked it up on my phone. Like I was like, I have no shame. I'm not spending $25 each without looking this up at the flea market, but yeah, worked out.
Nice. Are you ready to go, Lynn? Or do you want me to go first?
I just have a couple. I'll go.
Okay.
Hang on. Hang on. Wasn't prepared. So here's the Boucher that I sold for 100. I don't know. I think I might have even showed this last week. It was like a week and a half ago it sold. Yeah, nothing fancy, just,
Wow.
you know, this one I was pretty thrilled with when I found it. Just feeling these glass beads in your hand, thinking, oh, quality. It's just gorgeous beads. And then my pictures just don't do it justice. There's such interesting beads. This was a Regency. It sold for,
Beautiful.
I think it sold for $59.99. If not, it was 50. I don't think I sold it for less than that. But it sold within a week. And this one is a Persian hand-painted pendant. I had two of these. Somebody wanted like, I don't know, $3 a piece for them. And it's on mother of pearl. And they weren't in the best shape. Trying to think if the other one maybe was the one that wasn't. Like it was peeling on the top, which this one must have been the better one. But they both sold. And that was like $40 I think I took on that one. So that's my exciting sales. Yay.
Sold those peeling too. They must just do that. I've had mine peel too, so.
They must coat them in a lacquer, and that
Mhm.
peeling pulls the design off. And
Yep, I think I've definitely had that happen to me. All right, so let's see what I got today. So we were talking about micro mosaics last week, so I sold one this week for $40. I usually list them around 50 and they usually sell for around 40 pretty quick. I listed it June 30th and it sold this last week, so pretty quick. These are not great sales, but because I can never sell a faux pearl to save my life, this week was very out of the ordinary. So I sold these Napier faux pearls, these Camrose and Cross faux pearl earrings, and a set, I think there was another set. Yeah, Camrose and Cross faux pearl necklace. So
And that's because of the brand. The
this week
brands.
was, yeah, this week it was just odd for me to, yeah, definitely wouldn't have been that way if they were off brands. So this is one of the bracelets I told you that I got like 25 or 30 of these at a thing. And I told her I'd pay her $1 or $2 a piece, and then we settled on, I think I paid her 25 bucks for the whole lot of them. And I did not know for certain when I bought them if they were Bakelite or not, but I had a pretty good idea just because of these are called the laminated Bakelite, and how it was put together, how the two colors were put together kind of told me it was probably Bakelite. And I was trying to rub it and sniff it without looking like a total weirdo in front of this lady. And I thought I could smell it. So, and then I got it home and I smelled it for real and I knew it was, and then I tested it with semi-chrome and it was. So, I've got like 30 of these.
Yeah. I would have thought that. Any of
Yeah,
them
I thought,
odd designs with T layers or multicolors or polka dotted.
yep, and
Always
there
do
weren't
well.
any seams. You know, there weren't any seams. So, I mean, I was just trying to figure out on the fly whether it was, you know, but then I thought even if it was plastic at $1 a piece, I could have sold them, you know, because bangles are in right now. So,
Is
I was
Bakelite
happy
almost
to,
always kind of dull in color, or are they really bright
they're not
Bakelite?
usually
No.
really shiny.
Catalin is the one that's brighter colors. So it could be a form of Bakelite, but it would be considered Catalin with the brighter colors. The Bakelite usually has them duller
that
tones.
that chemical you mentioned, what is that testing process? I bought some when I first heard you mention it several months ago.
Oh, the
What,
semi-chrome.
yeah, what's the process?
So make sure that your item is clean for one, because I've seen people buy huge Bakelite collections because they tested with semi-chrome and it was nicotine. So that is very bad. So make sure your item is clean first. And then literally you just put a really, really, really small amount of semi-chrome on, like I use a Q-tip and I rub it on it. And if it turns yellow, it's Bakelite.
Okay, thanks.
It also feels funny, don't you think, Lynn? Like it feels funny, like when you're rubbing it and it's Bakelite, like it's, I don't know, it's got a weird texture to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't noticed that.
409
Yeah.
works too, FYI. 409.
Yeah, and I've heard that. I don't know that,
It
but I've
does.
heard
Yeah,
people say it
works.
does.
Yeah, I did it.
I always use semi-chrome because if you sell them to a collector, they're going to ask you if you use semi-chrome. So, but I think other things do work. There was another set of faux pearls. Actually, this wasn't a faux pearl. This was pearls. So it was a pearl week for me because I don't usually sell pearls. I don't usually try to sell pearls. So, but that wasn't like an amazing sale. But
They're pretty though for pearls. I mean, I'm not much of a pearl girl, but
yeah, the Honora ones are really pretty.
the
They have
interesting
pretty.
colors.
They have
Mm.
pretty pearls. They have pretty different. And I sold another set this morning, but they were blue Honora pearls. So dyed obviously, but I think I took an $80 some offer on this one, and I took a $80 offer on this too because I think it went to the same lady. And I have like 3 of these. I don't know why I have 3 of these, so I was like, okay, go ahead, and I'll list another one. And I took an $80 offer on this also. So. And then this Monet necklace, I took a $100 offer on, and it's, you know, I bought it on Whatnot for I think $2 or $3, so it was pretty good turnaround.
That's cool.
It was neat, and I hadn't really seen it before. This exact one, it has the tassels, and it kind of had the meshy look, even though it wasn't mesh. But I mean, it was cool. And so I got this in the same lot as those. If they were from QVC, they looked kind of cheap. You know, they were like the little set, but then I started reading about them, and they came with their card, and they were marked, and the little bands
Wow.
around them were. I don't think they were actually for. So QVC usually uses the 14K plating or whatever. So I marked it. I put them up for $300, and they sold right away.
I think with the QVC brand on them, it makes people feel more confident in them.
Either that or they think it's TV bought trash, one or the other. People either have one inclination or
Yeah.
another, but I agree. As far as saying they were real jade, you know, all I had to do is look up the thing on the back of the card and it took me to the actual where they came from. But when they sold new, they weren't $300, but they were selling on eBay for about $250. So I'm like, well, I'll just put mine for 300 and see what happens. And they sold. So I was happy with it because jade in general drives me crazy. I can't ever tell you if it's real jade or not. I don't know. So most of my jade stuff is probably listed as green stone.
Did you ding them together to hear what it
Yes.
sounds like?
Yes, absolutely. And they
Was
do
it
sound
real high
different.
pitched?
Yes.
Because I've never had two jade neck or bracelets or anything to like, you know, try it at one time.
So I don't know about the polka dot bangle thing. I saw that, Meg, I did. But I do believe that most of them are fakes that are on there. Absolutely. Because they don't, if you actually look at a Bakelite polka dot, a real one, because I've only had one real one once. It sold for like $300 or $400. They're infused in. They aren't just part of the color pattern. So if you ever get one, and they're usually signed like a Schultz did a lot of the ones. So it's possible that all of them are. And Jason Adams is one of the only other jewelry people on YouTube that I would actually take most of what he says to the bank. Like he's really educated. But the real Bakelite bangles that have the polka dots, they're infused in. They are not part of the color, just part of the color pattern. And a lot of people just see the polka dot ones and call it Bakelite and say it is, and they're wrong. I would agree with that. And lots of the Bakelite, you can tell like on, let's say, Whatnot shows. Not trying to dog Whatnot. I'm just saying I see it a lot where they're like this. I know it's not Bakelite just looking at it because they didn't make that color a Bakelite. Like Lynn said, there's only so many colors of actual Bakelite. And so if you have a really shiny neon orange, whatever, you're gonna have a hard time convincing me that it's Bakelite.
Did it ever
So-
come in black?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, the only problem with, so I wish I could get more of Jason Adams on regular everyday today stuff because he's a wealth of knowledge, super good at what he does. But most of the stuff that he teaches me about, I'll probably never find.
The high end.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
buys expensive pieces.
He does.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll probably never, I love to hear it and I
I
love
would-
to see about it, but I'll probably never be able to actually utilize it because even if I find it, I can't afford it. Right. So but he is yes, there are color charts online. If you get Bakelite, use the colors, like, you know, the collectors will search asparagus Bakelite. They'll search whatever color they collect. So for sure.
He did a great video, I think it was yesterday even, of it was like good, better, best of like, it was like a costume, it was a sterling and then a gold brooch, and it showed like why, just looking at the construction, you'd know it's costume or not, like how it's soldered or whatever. I couldn't quite see it, I don't have the experience, so I was kind of like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch a video, but it was good.
Might have to check it out.
And I've thought about doing a video on that. Like, okay, like, and I left it at the other table, of course. So I got something the other day that I'm pretty sure it's either gold filled or it's gold, right? But I mean, so you age something first because we know that it's going to be marked if it's past a certain age. But this one was old enough that it's like, it's probably 1800s, you know, late 1800s. So I'll keep it back. But you also just like, it felt kind of like with pearls, right? So if you have really heavy, they're really heavy, they're probably not real. Like real pearls aren't heavy. People get that because we handle so many fake glass pearls that are beautiful. We get to thinking that they're heavy. They're not. So real pearls are never like heavy. They feel different.
They're
The same thing
heavier than plastic, but not as heavy as some of the glass
Yes.
or stone, which
Mhm.
most of them would be glass.
Yeah, but they feel different. They just have a different, you know, like, so the honor of pearls, like, yeah, they definitely aren't heavy like the glass pearls. They're just not. But I thought about doing like a construction, like putting two pieces side by side. Like, what would you mess with this? You know, like, would we even check this? Or why would we not even bother checking this? Why would we But most things, I guess, I'm with gold, they make it so easy for us with the markings, right? Unless they're like Victorian age, then they're not. And you get a lot of low carat gold in the 1800s and early 1900s too. They get a lot of 10 karat gold in pins and stuff
9,
like that.
8.
And lots of melding places won't take it to meld it. Some will, some won't, just because of how low it is. And I said in the morning call the other day that when I went this last time to cash some stuff in, that they were talking about how a lot of the 18 karat gold earrings and stuff that are marked, they are filling them with wax. So the makers are calling them
What?
18 karat, 14 karat. Yes. And he said that he's almost got to where he put a buying freeze on earrings and stuff lately, because he says they'll buy them. They test 18, even there, even at the gold guy, they test 18. Then they go to meld them down. They're full of wax, which is adding weight to it. He's like, so I pay for the weight of 18 karat gold, and then we go to meld them down. They're full of wax. And it's the makers doing that. And he says they're coming from high-end jewelers. He says, so now that's a problem. These high-end jewelers are charging the customer the same thing. They're charging them based on the 18 karat weight.
Wow.
Because he made, when they tested all mine, he made it bring it over to him so he could feel them all. And he says, you'll know because they're heavy. He's like, rarely do you get 18 karat earrings and stuff that are heavy. And he says, these wax ones are heavy. And he says, getting to where you can kind of feel it, and then he'll just cut one open. And they're usually full of wax.
Is Bakelite?
Wow. Sorry.
Sorry. Is Bakelite cold?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Feels a lot like plastic.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Feels like plastic. But yes, make sure you clean your Bakelite before you test it, because I've seen people just spend stupid money on Bakelite that turned out it was just from a smoker's house. Because nicotine on the end of the Q-tip looks a lot like what Bakelite looks like on a Q-tip.
It does. I've had that happen. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I realized it was dirty because it didn't look quite right. And then I retested it after I cleaned it. So I can account for that. Sure.
Have you ever seen a little Nemo brooch with all of its rhinestones?
Yeah, but not very often. That's
Not
really
very
pretty.
I have.
Yeah, they
That one's pretty with the
notoriously
green.
spit
I love the green on that one.
Yeah, the leaf
notoriously
pressed
spit the
leaves
rhinestones
in
out.
it.
Yeah, it's so shiny. I love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It was a very unique one.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about their prong setting, but their little Nemos don't like to keep all their stones. I would agree with that.
No, it's not prong. They're glued in.
Maybe that's why they just fall out. Larry, what did you have for us today?
Yeah, I found those couple other pictures. If I could share my screen. So on, I think it was Saturday, I was out and about with my wife and stumbled across this estate sale in my neighborhood. This was a Christian Dior,
That's beautiful.
10
Very
bucks.
nice.
It has this little bit of wear here. They seem to be going for about 120 to 150 or so. How much do you think this wear draws that price down?
You're talking a different breed of people buying Christian Dior, and they might like it perfect.
I was gonna say.
But you know what? I would put it up at a price, and if they think it should come down, they're going to offer you a lower price.
Yep.
And this is a good logo.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, the other thing I wanted to show, and this was
How much did you buy it for, Larry?
$10,
10.
Okay.
was this guy, and this
Wow.
was $5. I was really
Wow.
pleased with this. I haven't priced these, but I think they're what, like $30, $40?
Yeah, a lot of the Nolan Miller ones I saw are 30 or 40, but definitely comp them because some sets sell for a lot more. You just got to know
Yeah.
which one. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I would have picked them up for $5 for sure.
All right, thanks.
Those
Like I
people
said,
like
it
butterfly.
was this weekend. I had an unusually high percentage of named higher end stuff that I was kind of pleased with.
Good going.
Yep, for sure.
I
Larry,
could show you.
oh,
Oh,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
Do you mind me asking? Because I think we started selling jewelry around the same time. So do you think you're running into better stuff now, or do you think your eye, like you're able to pinpoint better
It's a
now?
combination of things. One is I've got my eye out for some of this stuff as I'm searching which sales to go to.
Mhm.
So I'm if I spot, for example, the state sale I went to first thing Friday morning was the one that had what I believe to be the most higher end vintage brooches, and I was right, or I should say, I that was very successful. I got about 10 uh, uh, decent, Swarovski. Anyway, brooches and a couple of really nice uh, necklaces, etc. So I'm going to better places, or I'm and my eye is getting better, right? Because I mean, regardless of what this brand was, whether it was in the box or not, I would have picked it up and flipped it over. But there's other stuff I don't even bother flipping over anymore because I'm seeing more and more. It's like what Lynn and Carrie talk about all the time, which is the more of this stuff you touch, the better your judgment. And I'm not a good judge of this stuff. I just happen to have a good weekend, but I think my more and more they're stringing together a lot. I'm getting more hits, and I'm buying a lot less crap because, as I was talking about earlier, I'm currently in the middle of dealing with all the old crap I got, and so the pain associated with buying the crap is a little bit fresher and front of mind. So I'm uh I'm processing less of the crappier stuff. I'm buying a lot less though. I mean, I'm not coming home with these boxes filled with cruddy unsigned stuff. And anyway,
That's good.
but then I mean, a successful high number weekend for me was like 10 pieces, which is nowhere near what I was pulling last year, but I was pulling lower end stuff.
Right, 10 good pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mindy,
Yes, hi. I've been coming across some things from my quote unquote death pile. Some items that are either monogrammed with initials or have like one letter on it or have a name on it and a year. What do you guys do with that stuff? I don't see any gold markings. Like I check for markings. What do you guys do with that? Anything,
list
if
it.
sell
anything?
it.
You still
Yep,
list
we
it?
do. Of course.
Do you list them individually? Like if somebody happened to need like a letter L or something, or do you do
I
it in
guess
a
it all.
block?
Are you talking like the individual monogram brooches that have just like a big L or a big M? Are
Yes,
you
I
talking
got
things
some of
that
those,
are?
and then I've got some with like 3 initials. And I've
I
got
don't know. I have a hard time selling them individual brooches like that. But if it's an etched heart locket with etching on it with initials, I'll sell that for sure. Or a bracelet with a name on it, I'll sell that. But them
okay.
individual letter monogram letter brooches, I don't know. How do you do with them, Carrie?
I throw them in junk pile,
Junk lot. Okay.
but that's just me. Doesn't mean you should. I just do.
Yeah, and I would probably throw them in with a lot of brooches is what I would do. Um, But yeah, you're not gonna get somebody to buy a lot of monogram brooches, I don't think. I think if you
Okay.
throw the L in with some rhinestone brooches or, mix them,
Oh,
I,
okay. Yeah. You think that'll be better? Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Thanks.
People actually right now are into the monogram thing, and they're like trying to collect different names and stuff on their bracelets. You'll see some people, especially in like the whatnot shows, the hosts and stuff, they'll wear like, see how many different names and stuff they can get on those what are they called? Like the Spidel ID bracelets, and they're wearing all different kinds, and so it's kind of in right now.
I should,
I
if
wouldn't
I
think so
can
either.
show this. I don't know if the camera is gonna let me. It's not. You can't see this. Never mind.
Well, just
I
turn your
don't have
blur
it.
off.
It's
Nobody
only
cares
on my,
about your mess.
I can't do it. It won't let me do it right now for some reason. It's like I'm not logged on. It says sign in. Now I gotta go look up my password and all that crap, which I don't know why I'm not signed in. I'm on the call.
Hard to tell, technology. When we are done on camera, I think I've milked all the good jewelry out of this one lady, out of two ladies. So I think I'll show you, and you can tell me whether you would have bought the lot or why you would have bought the lot, and if you would have paid what I did, or whether you think I overpaid or whatever. I will share, because
I
I
love
think I've
this
got
game.
I think I've got their whole collection milked out now. So do you want to go ahead and end this up, Lynn?
Yep. Thank you, everybody, for joining Jewelry Call. See you next week.
Hey, it's Carrie with Reseller Revenue. Just wanted to come on and let you know if you'd like to see more of this, if you'd like to see more of my daily calls Monday through Thursday, and you'd like to participate, please go to Reseller Revenue Patreon group, and that's how you join our Facebook group also, is through that link. And you can join our morning calls, which we meet every day, Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Central Time. And then we have other calls afterwards, like we have a shoe call, a clothing call. We have a bunch of different kinds of calls. Also, the jewelry call that I do with Finds of Yesterday is on Tuesday mornings following the morning call. And also, you can get information on how to get personalized one-on-one coaching for an additional fee. From me, we'll review your store. We'll go through different ways you can improve your listings. So I'd love to have you. Please check out Resell Revenue on Patreon.